So that is the news on the foreigner scene. Let's go into the Korean scene now, where we're waiting for the new Star League qualifiers to start up. We're waiting for the new Pro League season. But there's a lot that Korea has going on to keep us occupied, such as the Ultimate Pro League Championship, which is a combination of Special Force and Starcraft. And in this, you see every team that has both a Special Force team and a Starcraft team playing on TV in this league, where it goes a Special Force match, a Starcraft match, Special Force, Starcraft, Special Force. So, at least 2 of those matches you can watch and take a look at a couple Starcraft matches a night at least, or maybe just catch the VODs later if you don't want to watch the Special Force. Also, we have the Pro League pre-match map testing, and this is some pretty interesting games where you see a lot of different race matchups on these maps, and never mirrors on these new Pro League maps that are coming out that they're trying to test out for the new season. Now, statistics from these games are going to be used to help determine what to change on maps, which maps are good, which maps are bad. And this is pretty interesting because you get to see these maps played with people's first impressions on how to play them. Map balance changes a lot over time. So to be able to watch these, and then maybe about a year from now, watch the full fruition to Korean pro gamers practice on these maps, what they've come up with, what the new balance is. It's going to be fun to watch that progression. And also, another interesting thing is if some of these maps seem quite balanced, we're not going to see the best strategies used on those because the Pro League teams are going to keep the best strategies to themselves for any maps that, they think, oh, this one's getting through no problem, it's not going to be changed much. We have this great strategy we don't think anyone else is going to see, it's going to win us a few extra games in Pro League. Let's not show it. So, you're not going to see necessarily the very best strategies on these maps, but it's definitely a very interesting thing to see. Should give you an idea of how to play these maps a little bit better for when they do get rotated in on IC Cup, as we know they will once they do get approved for the Pro League season. Now, another one, we have the Pro League lineup matches, where you take 2 teams. Let's say, for instance, coming up, we have Samsung Con Zergs against Eastro Protosses, and these will all be on the new maps as well, so another interesting way to watch that. And the cool thing about that is you can just skip nights that aren't your race. Like, I'm a Terran player, I'm not going to watch the Protoss vs. Zerg ones, I want to see the Terran nights, those are going to be fun. And so that's another one to watch. And we also have the pre-match team evaluations, which is just basically that. It's kind of like little Pro League matches where you go and watch, and they're going to try to minimize repeats and mirror matches and stuff like that. So should be pretty fun. That's 4 really cool little events that they have until the new seasons start up. So good work to Korea for spicing it up a little bit. Some interesting formats and some really fun matches coming up, especially on these new maps. Those should be the most fun ones to watch, I think. Now, also, we have right now, there's going to be a Pro League All-Stars match in Korea. And you can vote for your favorite players to take part. There's a big list of them and everything, and a guide on exactly how to go through this Korean website to vote for the players that you want to see on TeamLiquid.net. So definitely go check that out. Should be pretty fun. Some really old school players are leading a lot of the polls right now, such as Boxer for Terran. Yellow is in 2nd place with Zerg. And so if you want to see some particular players play, go check it out. There's going to be 18 players chosen overall, at least 1 from every team, and top 2 from each race as well. So it should be a pretty fun match. A lot of huge S-class players, a lot of old, rusty, no-good players anymore, duking it out. All right. Some other things going on in the Korean StarCraft scene. Nalra, no longer going to be a commentator. As of 2010, he will be teaching at the Seoul Institute of Arts in esports-related classes. So that's kind of interesting how far Korea is taking esports, that they're actually going to have a lot more classes at these schools. And I mean, I've seen this more and more in Korea recently. Some schools have classes similar to this where they actually bring the classes to Pro League and do Q&A sessions with people who work in the esports industry. So Korea taking its gaming very seriously. The government does want to make Korea the leader internationally in esports and gaming overall. So a step in the right direction for sure. Now, that's just about it on the Korean scene, but StarCraft 2, let's get into that a little bit. It's getting closer and closer, we think, but still no beta. I'm sure I didn't have to tell you that, but no beta still. But there's plenty of articles out from BlizzCon. A lot of people played a lot of games there. There were so many computers set up with StarCraft 2. So you can go find a lot of footage from games played, as well as well-written articles. And two that I have to recommend are Hotbids and Chill's articles. You can catch those both on teamliquid.net as well. Chills, of course, being on macro management, and Hotbids on Zerg, and specifically the Queen's larva injection ability. So, you know, can kind of prepare yourself for StarCraft 2, see what people are thinking, get an idea of the overall game flow, sense of the game, and all that stuff. And that'll actually really help you out if you're a beta player to have some of that base knowledge to work off of. So, you know, it's a good read. Definitely go check those out. And also, another little announcement in StarCraft 2. Razer has announced that it will be making StarCraft 2 peripherals in conjunction with Blizzard. And already they've released the messenger bag. If you want to see a review of that, go over to starfeeder.com. Lipton did a little review. They gave him one of those. And I can't wait to see what kind of stuff they come out with. You know, maybe it won't just be all gimmicky, flashy, shiny stuff. Maybe we'll see some real good quality esports worthy material coming out, so that you know, right now it's basically boiled down to the DT35 and the mini optical mouse from Logitech and cloth pads, pretty much in the pro scene. But you know, maybe some of these companies like Razer and SteelSeries are going to step it up and give us some equipment that is going to be just as good or better for StarCraft 2. Alright, well that is just about all the StarCraft 2 news that we have right now, but there's a lot coming up that I want to tell you about on scforall.com. And some of that is, well, basically the Easter team just underwent their little team building exercise that teams go through each year, where, you know, you kind of go into the woods and chill with your friends and have a good time, and it kind of builds bonds amongst the team. And, you know, a fun time. And while he was there, Juani, the Easter manager, the guy that you're always seeing translate on videos on this site, the main man in Korean esports for the foreign scene, he got a lot of content at that for us. We're going to see some If Classic tips on Wraiths, some Up Magic tips on Valkyries, some See Really tips on macro management, as well as Suni, Sungho, Fancy, and others sounding off about foreigner players, about StarCraft 2 gossip, Hydra versus Noni, as they were both teammates, and much more. So that's just some of the stuff coming up in the future here. Keep a lookout for that. And, you know, that's about it. Any questions, comments, criticism, please send it right my way. I'd love to hear it. Follow me on Twitter if you're not. Twitter is a great device to follow your favorite StarCraft news and stuff like that. I am Artosis at twitter.com, so go ahead and get yourself an account and follow right away. All right, well, thank you for watching, and have a good week of StarCraft.